back with a new video, a new mod for the 328i 250k plus car, my daily. We're here to put on this new AFE, well not new, but new for me, AFE short ram air intake and these intake scoops. This is pretty cool, but we also want to give you guys an explanation why we haven't been uploading lately. We have been working pretty consistently lately. My brother BMW, me working, you know, my daily job. Also Noor doing our 50-50 on the 330i, which is actually in the garage right now. But actually we're just focusing on the 328i today. Sorry you guys, but that video is coming soon. So let's get into this video. We're gonna install this short ram air intake, these scoops, and we'll see where it takes us. This particular short ram air intake retails for about $450 up. However, we did not pay that price for this short ram air intake. We actually got it for $100. You know us, we're gonna get that low price. But we actually got it from a coworker of my brother's. Shout out to him. It's a really nice air intake. We heard that it sounds really nice. It works really well. We also have this these two funnel scoops that will funnel my intake. We're hoping that it will really help with, you know, getting our cold air. This intake is actually really nice. We actually test fitted it already, but we're actually going to put it on correctly this time.
Yeah, and this is AFE, so it's not an eBay one. It's not just the tube with the you know, filter at the end. It does have a bit of engineering behind it. How much? We don't know. Will it give us any power? We don't know. Will it sound good? We don't know. But by the end of this video, we'll know and you'll know. Pretty simple. Plug and play. There's this coupling that'll go here, so it's not gonna, you have that air ventilation hose here going to your valve on the valve cover. That's gonna still be there. That whole bracket's gonna still be there, and it's just gonna bolt on to this furthest piece right there. So that means you don't have to mess with your emissions or anything. And has the cutout hole perfectly for the mass airflow sensor, because this one actually is built for this car, and looks pretty decent there. 2 bolts to hold it in, and then this big old filter. Now this is one of the cleanable ones, so when it gets too dirty we can just pop this off, take off the bracket, clean it up, and then pop it back on. So we're gonna get to it. Check these out. I think these are gonna look so mean. The yellow with the kind of grayish color my brother has, I think these will look good. Not to mention that these will actually go to something, which would be his cold air intake. So as many of you know or don't know, this car has 250,000 miles, and this thing runs so good it puts my 150,000 mile engine to shame. It doesn't tick, it doesn't knock, it doesn't make any nasty noises. It's smooth, it shifts perfectly, and it's honestly such a solid engine.
It's giving us little to no problems.
It has. Yeah, literally, the only problem he's had is an O2 sensor, and that's something you can't avoid. You can't, I guess you could avoid it by trying to do the maintenance before, but for the most part, this thing's rock solid. So since this been treating him so well, he thought he'd give it a little bit of love and throw these 2 pieces on there without pushing it to its limits.
Alright, to start off, I'm going to take off all these funnels, pull off these pull tabs, get in here, loosen up these bolts so that I can get in here and unplug my mass airflow sensor. Now, I do want to be careful about my mass airflow sensor, so you always want to be careful about that, but let's start off with my funnels. Yes, I did use a cat paw to take off those pins. want to be delicate about how you set this down, because that's a very delicate piece of. I'm taking off the rest of this boot. I actually have my mass airflow, my box, my funnels out, and I'm just gonna be careful about how I take off this boot, just in case I need to use it later and I take off my my new ram. But all right, I'm gonna shimmy my way in and take the rest of this boot off. Mass airflow out, mass airflow in. Mass airflow sensor is on. Now I have two choices. One, try to stick this in and shimmy my way in through all of this and maybe have a hard time, or take out these bolts and just stick my tube in first and then stick my filter on and the housing. I'll figure it out. Into a little bit of a problem where we have to cut off that little flange so that we can stick this boot out. This is really simple to cut off. Comes off really easily. Boom, it's done. I mean that was pretty simple. Just little box cutter. It's all on, and I'm gonna start shimmying my way in. Alright, it's all tightened in, it's all mounted. I actually will put in these bolts right after I put in this filter and tighten it in. You can't forget about the other project that's going on, the 330i. Sorry we haven't gotten to it. We're gonna be uploading a video soon. We gotta edit it and stuff because we already got a lot of things going on. As you can see, if this video gets up before the 330i video, as you can see, we have a hood, so it's kind of a spoiler. So actually that's gonna motivate us to try to get the other video. All right guys, filter's done, looks good. Haven't tested how it sounds, we'll do that in a minute, but for now we're gonna install these puppies so that this actually has a purpose and actually gets cold air per se. So these just slide in. Pretty simple. You kind of do have to bend them a little bit because they're a little bit warped because they are 3D printed, but can't complain. You slide these in. Slide one end in first, and the other. There you go, all the way in. To the next one on this side. Slide it in, and that's that. Now go ahead and take a look from this angle. Oh man, that looks cool. So now that he's gonna have that mixed with his actual cold air intake, he's gonna be a performance boy. I mean, it's a start. I mean, just what you can do with the 328i, It's like a start and a finish. Yeah. So yeah, I've decided that I'm gonna put everything on, but before I do that, I'm gonna clean out and detail what I can with my car while everything's out, like and my cowl and everything. So I'm gonna get into that. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so I got the plate on. I'm actually going to start putting on the funnels. Now, what's cool about this short ram air intake is it's not really, just anything, It's actually, like, they actually built, like, a housing for it so that you could funnel the air. Now, that's why we added these scoops, so that, adds a little more of engineering into it. Alright, so the funnels are in. That's just putting in the finishing touches on this. Push pins. And we're just about done. I mean, man, this really does look good. Alright guys, so this is the short ram air intake installed. I mean, I can just feel it just on the right. It really looks great. It sounds great. I mean, I'm really happy with it. I mean, for $100, 450 plus short ram air intake by AFE, I'd say unbeatable. So we're gonna give you a few revs, a few drive-bys, see how you guys like it. I mean, she really wants to yell. And for a 328i, I'd say that sounds pretty good. But, I mean, this is just another installment of the 328i build. I hope you guys really liked it, and catch you on the next one.